What if I told you that 81% of parents believe teen dating violence is not an issue or admit that they don't know if it's an issue? Like, what are your thoughts on that statistic?
Teen dating in general, I feel like isn't as paid attention to because like, oh, it's not going to last. It's not going to like, just it's not seen as important as like an adult relationship, but it still is very important to like someone's conscious growing up.
I feel like that's like a high number, and like parents don't believe what their kids say sometimes. Like they feel like we're being dramatic and like try to downplay the situation from what it actually is.
How did these parents believe that their kids are either lying or trying to get attention, or they don't know what they're talking about because they're just children? But a lot of parents don't know that these things are real and they have to share it with somebody.
We're teenagers, we're a little dramatic or whatever, so they would feel like we take things a little too far or make it too serious. But I feel like if someone's telling you this, it's not a joke. They wouldn't joke or play or be dramatic about it.
Since we are teenagers, like some parents might not think it's a big of a problem because we are still growing and maturing and everything. So they're like, oh, that's just like a kiddie problem, or like that's not real because how young you are.
Or like it's not real abuse. You guys are little, it was just playing or something like that.
Parents believe that their kids don't really have much of a life, and so they're not being taken seriously. A lot of parents are not like, oh, I want to know what's going on in your life. There's anything. You're just a kid. You shouldn't be dating anyways. It's probably what their mindset or what they're thinking or what they're saying. But 81%, I believe it. A lot of parents are going to look the other way about that. They're like, oh, you'll get over it.
Sometimes I feel like parents may think that kids aren't like mature. So they're like, oh, that's not a real thing. Like you're over exaggerating. Yeah. It's like they don't believe it. Or sometimes it may be too hard to believe that they deny it.
As a whole, most parents don't want to believe that something bad is happening to their child. You don't want to think that there's something you missed or you're not protecting them in the best way you can. And so it's easier to just say, well, they're being dramatic or it's not really happening, rather than to be like, maybe I missed something. Maybe I messed up. When parents didn't mess up, it's a normal part of life to go through challenges and struggles, but that also requires you to like see that and accept it. Because no one really wants to admit that like someone they care about is being hurt. And so it's easier to just not want to see it.
So as an adult, I would say it's very important to like actively listen to the kids in your life. And it doesn't really matter what age they are. If a person comes to me and tells me that they're in some sort of abusive situation or they feel unsafe, like it doesn't matter what they told me before. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that they're correct. And so I would say to adults that if someone comes to you with something like this, it is important to just assume that they're telling you the truth and take it seriously and listen to them. Because like I think the biggest thing you can do in that situation as an adult is just be there for them and not say anything really. Just let them talk. After they're done, ask them, how can I help you? Like, how would you feel supported? Or like, what would make you feel just better?